Chapter 18. Burn the Boats. When the mermaid and I came together in union, it seems we started a chain reaction. There we wondered if a child would arise from our actions, or what else may possibly happen. Our intimate connection was no accident, and so by the next morning, the mermaid awoke to explain that it felt as if she'd been ignited by a sort of inner lightning. With such a sudden force of creative energy, she said there was no way to control it, but rather she simply allowed it. Then the mermaid referenced a dreamlike state that involved that feeling of wild lightning. Such energy emitted waves of inner light throughout her body, as if to signal the onset that both of our futures may be shifting. Of course, she'd go on to make a great mother, but had I the experiences to become a provider and father? Before I could figure out an answer, the next time I saw the mermaid, she sat me down to explain something that was rather urgent to her. I need to tell you something, because my wish is that our relationship is clean and pure. The mermaid paused. Ever since you came here, some very wild things have transpired. Out of nowhere, different men from my past have appeared, and they've started reaching out all at once. From texts to calls, and even sending gifts. It's as if they can feel that I'm in love, she said. What do you mean? Again, she explained that inner lightning, which radiated through her body as if it was a psychedelic experience. She revealed so much with an open heart, and she was totally honest. Her wish was that we could grow even closer, as she explained how she had felt a similar energy at a native sweat lodge experience. Could something, somehow, have been activated by our union? Could it mirror an energy which arose from a previous sacred experience? The mermaid expanded upon it and said how a few months prior, she entered into a sacred Native American ceremony at a sweat lodge when the vision of becoming a mother became imperative. As it happened, she began to cut cords with those who were no longer supportive to her new life. And as this process started, she believed she was guided by divine insight. As she expressed it, the first step was a realization to become a mother. This led her upon a journey in search of a man who had a relationship with God, and so she was in search of her lover. As I listened to the mermaid's insight, I understood that many men pursued her, and they were good people living the best they could. Why they too wanted to marry this mermaid, and with all the pressure of what could happen, or should happen, there was one thing that allowed me to trust in whatever was unfolding. And so in my mind's eye, I reflected back upon one word: devotion. Some men went on to send her flowers and other gifts, while I witnessed it. And rather than get upset, I simply knew that this mermaid was like the most beautiful flower in the world, and of course, she was someone that many others would go on to notice. And if you ever find a flower like that, you better choose to protect it, because if you uproot it, or possess it, or even try to hide it, you'll cut it off from its source of sunlight and nutrients. And so, I knew I wouldn't possess her, but rather, all I could do was love her. The mermaid went on to lead me deeper into her life. She was a big fish in a small pond, where I learned about her successful enterprises. She owned a sort of magic shop, where she sold various charms, trinkets, amulets, and talismans. She even sold levitating wish paper that you would light on fire as an offering. Mesmerized by her magic, She gave me the reins to her chariot, where we drove down King Street, and when we got to her store, I offered to help, and so she assigned me as the ring manager. As her store had all sorts of fantastic rings, she had me touch each one of them and make sure any labels or price tags were hidden behind or beneath the rings. As I touched each one, I couldn't help but wonder if this was some sort of secret message. And when I looked across the store at the mermaid, she simply smiled. How did I get so lucky? I love you for so many reasons, but above all, I love your devotion to God, said the mermaid. Now this all happened so fast, from vows to joy to a life on fire. Within the first 2 weeks, neither of us panicked, even as we wondered if we were in line to conceive a child together. With our eyes upon one another, I spoke to my lover. I know this is happening so fast, and whatever happens, I know you're going to be a great mother, I told her. What you did, you've offered me a chance at a dream I've prayed for, and you gave me the ultimate expression of courage. You are totally unafraid, willing to dive in and swim without second-guessing it. That's why we were made for each other, because neither you or I are ruled by fear or doubt. There's an old saying that says, "If you are sure, then burn the boats," said the mermaid. What do you mean, burn the boats? When commitment is the most important option, you won't leave any other option on the table. It means we do not retreat or run away. And we burned the boats the moment we came into union together. By removing any possibility to go backwards, you made a fierce decision. You gave me a chance to fulfill my ultimate dream, to grow our future children. And you aren't looking for an exit or plan B, and that's why I love your devotion. With unwavering faith, you committed to our family's future, said the mermaid. And what happens if we have a child? It would be a gift of abundance. I'm ready for a family. I'm ready to be a mother, she smiled. There was no way to possess or claim this mermaid, but rather, I felt I could be a safe haven for her, and so that's what I did. I created a soft space over the next few days, and as we waited for a sign, we opened to the dream of her being a mother and I a father. Then a few days later, she was called for a journey where the mermaid went off to an island, and just like that, she went across the world to swim with whales and sunrises. I'll be back soon, and this will be a good reflection for our relationship. When I come back, we'll pick up where we left off, said the mermaid. And so she swam off when I wrote her a message and sent it across the sea. My wish is that I'm strong enough to face every challenge, every obstacle, and every bit of pain on my own. But the truth is that your words, your presence, your affection, and your love is pure medicine. You melt everything back to bliss. Your influence is like a psychic bridge that leads others into the great ocean of bliss. A moment of your presence is the greatest gift.